self-led. It does not mean that you feel self-led. It actively means that you're able to regulate your nervous system. And I didn't know that either when I first used the word be yourself. So now that I do know what a self is, I can tell you, self-led people, we do not emotionally overreact to uncertainty, but we do overreact to some things. Yes, we all know our child parts, but luckily we're not doing child parts work because we own the sense of self. So remain stable with your weaknesses and strengths. You know what makes you mad, what makes you sad, what makes you afraid, surprised, disgusted, happy. This is very easy. It's why our emotionally resilient inner growth mindset practices support us to continue being our real selves, and why we are irritated, at least I am, by the morons who are the fake people. So self-leadership is a nervous system skill, yes, and it actually is not a personality trait. So you don't need to use self-led in any different way than you've used to. But if you think it's about being confident or enlightened, nope. The first place is your feels. So like this person who's a cynic who doesn't know what self-led means says, I want to what's what is right, though, feels right. Sorry, dude, you're all feels. You want it to feel safe. I want safe haven, secure base too. Luckily for me, I have steadiness in Maria all day long, and God's with me. And oh, some people, they have really fascinating things to say, like this. This is a man, haven't read it yet, but books, they're knowledge. So we don't get triggered by knowledge. Empowered feminines, excuse me, where's my... The empowered feminine is the body that's a smart inner adult, because you know self-regulation skills. So we're all stars. Star babies right here. Now, when we meet the clowns, I got plenty of clowns around me, my facade friend. They're called weak ones. But we don't make fun of 3D, 4D too much because their drama wasn't their choice, nor was their horrible beginnings. But, you know, they could still go and get themselves healed if they wanted to. However, I did see shamans for the clowns. Believe me, it's not fun to watch mediocre morons run around, but... masculine, yes, the left brain alone, that's why they pick at words in ways that are completely annoying. They slow us down. I mean, I'm a healthy perfectionist, so today I don't pay attention to pseudo-intellectuals except for I make fun of them. I'm pseudoscience because I know who scientists are. Oh, where are they? They prove God's perfection right here. Yes, I didn't need it. I did know that inside of every brother and sister there's either a coward or a brave one. The brave ones are all of those who know how to be whole, and the other ones are the ones who won't like us, but that's okay, because, you know, they don't like ventral energy, their own human makeup. It's not funny, actually. It's a contradiction. No, they didn't receive love and kindness, so they think it's fake, and they think humanity's broken, and I'm like, you forgot, God is perfect. Humans are in flesh, God's not. So, you know, the premise underlying theology is the existence of God. Theologians can neither define God nor demonstrate his existence. And when someone who is a spiritual bypasser says we need to prove spirituality like scientists prove everything else, it's like, well, there's a difference between that which is believing in God and then knowing what science is. And ground in reality, Maria says, let's see, what was it? They can neither define God nor demonstrate his existence. For them and their followers, the existence of God is obvious, beyond need of demonstration. Those who deny the existence of God are mistaken, misguided, or worse. So that's a left-brainer, not him. But the people like, oh, controversy. Like, no. Everyone has A, B, C, D, F, G. I'm just letting you know, when the judgmental asshole mind is tamed, I don't judge mediocre morons for not knowing how to use two sides. I'm letting you know that's actively how I feel. I don't think. I feel very irritated by low frequency people because they actively are the same teenage version of themselves, just grown-ups. And I do have proof from scientists, but I'm not going to try proving it. I just know that their loser strategy convinced me. No, it allowed me to learn how to handle every one of them in a way that today I just laugh when someone says, excuse me, you confuse science spirituality. No, I'm not. I do it. Personal growth, spiritual growth on my podcast, everywhere, anywhere. No, because I'm a mystic too. That's when someone's comparing themselves to you. And when you don't give a shit because you're confident, it's because you're like, well, they are mystic too, so let me hear. And you get to have fun. So it's not rude. Biologically rude people aren't rude. Let's see. Those who deny the existence of God are mistaken. Yeah, so no, God, I believe in God. You don't have to. I argued with my teenage boyfriend. The only argument I ever had. And as his effective realism took over and he thought his feelings were facts, I knew my feelings were not facts. and my belief in God is in my bones. It's called faith. You don't prove it. And I don't actually judge people who don't believe in God, because that's the whole point. Those of us who do know God, it's like, well, we don't have to prove spirituality. We know who wins. It's like a done deal. I mean, seriously, anyone, mystic, spiritual, come join us, because 5D Collective, we're not afraid of the other side. There is no other side. There's no other side. There's only one side. And, well, let me just leave it alone for now. So, the burden of proof is on the non-believer to prove the non-existence of God. And this is hilarious, because anytime someone's needing to prove something, I think, well, qualitative analysis. I mean, quantitative, I'll take that seriously any day now. Quantitative, yes, because of how it works. Qualitative, I'm qualitative just as much as anybody else is, which is why I liked Neil deGrasse, as he shared with us what is a green flag, good information, and what is yellow, I'm yellow, and what is red. I believe red, yeah, completely red. I totally know what he's talking about. But the morons who follow controllable, manipulable, persuadable people, yeah, you go tell them that. So 3D40, they're going to stick around, but they won't be with us, the emotionally resilient kind. They're going to not like our ventral energy. Also, they just don't like those who are empowered to say, yes, your feelings and your thoughts are just as valid as mine. And that's the one part they don't like. Because once you move beyond the judgmental asshole, I did, and you train it to be, hey, we're all different. It's okay. You're a moron too, Maria. That's the moment of truth. They know you're not kidding. And even the ones who think you're pretending, it's like, no, look, I'm not. They can't help but notice you're genuine. And I don't do it on purpose to not give a shit about a moronic person's opinion. I just don't have time to waste. I'm a 3-year-old too. So I don't need to prove God. I don't need to prove science. Scientists are proving a bunch of stuff. So with that being said, join us here at HP. Inner growth mindset practices, journal prompts for badass people. The real kind. We love ventral energy, not the low dopamine hit. That's yucky. Then there's going to be extendeds, and I'm sure as I evolve with our channels and everything, I'm just going to keep making fun of, yes, don't worry, Buddha. Buddha's here, Jesus is here, God is here. That's how channeler, downloader, 5D Mystic Land works. He makes fun of me because I spend way too much time making fun of 3D40. God reminds me to maintain humility. Jesus stares as long as I'm forgiving. He's like, okay, then once I become actually the humility person I'm supposed to be without too much of irritation. He's like, okay, now he's smiling. It's like, okay, now you're getting the picture. That's how wisdom works. So they are always nudging us. Our ascended masters, the guides, anyone who's spiritual, they always have our back. Yeah, God doesn't abandon his children. The only ones who think he did or does are the same ones who abandon humanity, think we're broken. We're not broken, but we do know where the children who don't know how to be kind come from. We can go help them to become resilient like us and to love if they want. They don't have to. So tune in for more and have a good one.